Hi, welcome again. So, today we are going to learn how to divide two fractions. Okay, so let's say, for example, you have given a fraction, so 4 over 5 divided by a second fraction, negative 5 over 7. So, in order to divide two fractions, what you have to do is you have to take the first fraction and multiply that by the reciprocal of the second fraction. Okay, so when we are asked to divide these two fractions, so we take the first one, which is 4 over 5. This is the first fraction. We take the first fraction and we multiply it, so I can put parentheses. Okay, remember, parentheses means what? Multiply. Okay, so I take the first fraction and I multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. The reciprocal means the flip of the second fraction. So this is the second fraction. So I can put the negative sign right here. And now I have to flip this fraction right here, the second one. So I take the bottom, I put it on the top, and I take the top and I put it on the bottom. Okay? So to divide two fractions, you take the first fraction, which is right here, and you multiply it, so the parenthesis means multiplication, by the reciprocal of the second fraction. So the reciprocal of the second fraction means flipping the second fraction. So it was 5 over 7 in this case. So now we take 7, we put it on the top, and we take 5, put it on the bottom. Okay? So now equals. To multiply two fractions, now you multiply the top and you multiply the bottom. So now for the top, we have 4 multiplied by negative 7. Okay, so 4 multiplied by negative 7. So what we do first, the sign of 4 is what? Positive. So remember, if there's no sign, the sign is positive. So to multiply two numbers, you multiply their signs first. So the sign of 4 is positive and the sign of 7 is negative. So when you have a positive multiplied by a negative, the answer is a negative. After that, now you forget about the signs and now you multiply the numbers. So what is 4 times 7? Which is 28. So now you put here negative 28 over. Okay, so we multiply the top, that's what we just did, and now we have to multiply the bottom. So now 5 times 5 is equal to 25. Okay, and this is the final answer because we cannot simplify this anymore further. So now let's try the second one. The second one, we have 11 over 6 divided by 2 over 3. Again, to divide two fractions, you take the first one, which is 11 over 3. You take the first fraction and you multiply that by the reciprocal of the second fraction, which means the flip of the second fraction. So this is the second fraction right here. This is the second fraction. So we have to multiply, oh, sorry. This one is 11 over 6. So we have 11 over 6. Again, I will repeat myself. To divide two fractions, you take the first fraction, which is 11 over 6, and you multiply that by the reciprocal of the second fraction, or the flip of the second fraction. So flipping this fraction, we take the bottom, we put it on the top, like this, and we take the top and we put it on the bottom. Okay? So now 11, so now two fractions that are multiplied together. So we just have to multiply the top and then multiply the bottom. So 11 times 3 is equal to 33. And now 6 times 2 is equal to 12. Okay? However, when you have a fraction, you always have to simplify the fraction. So what we can do is I can take my calculator, and this is the TI-83 Plus, and I can put 33 divided by 12. So the answer is 2.75. However, we don't want a decimal number. We want to leave the answer as a fraction. So the way you do that is you take the number 33 and you divide by 2, for example. So 33 divided by 2 is a fraction. So which means 2 is not a good number. So I change 2. Then I try 3 and I put it on my calculator again. So 33 divided by 3 is what? 11. So 11 is a very nice number. So since I divided the top number by 3, I also have to divide the bottom number by 3 as well. So now the bottom number is 12. So 12 divided by 3, 12 divided by 3 is what? 4. So since it gave me a nice number, so this fraction simplified gives me 11 over 4. Okay? So I always have to try if I can simplify it more further. So I take the top again, right? I divide by 3, for example. And it's a decimal, so which means 3 is not good. So I try 4. It's also a decimal, so I try 5. It's also a decimal, so I try 6. It is also a decimal, so I try 7. It is also a decimal. 8 and 9, we have to try until 9, and it's also a decimal. So since we just keep getting decimal numbers, so this fraction right here cannot be simplified anymore further. So the final answer is 11 over 4. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.